Let's go to this Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, Volodymyr Zelensky thing. So when I first watched this, I didn't know how to feel about it. Because on one hand, I went, yeah, that's great. That's what I'd like to do to Zelensky, is call him on a lot of his horse shit. But then I was like, okay, but should I be president and should I be broadcasting my meeting with a world leader? Like, I personally think that whatever it is I would do should be like different from what the actual president does, if that makes sense.
I agree with you on that, but in this particular case, like, for my own personal opinion, Zelensky's a puppet who was put there, and like it in a way, like, it's obviously not mature or responsible, but the way that was handled and done kind of made us all see that he is just a petulant child going, no, I want all the money. Give me all the money. I want the money. And then,
I mean,
yeah, it just kind of made him look bad.
On that note, I can relate to the guy. I get him. You know, he and I get each other. But
similar goals.
I don't know if turning international diplomacy into a reality show is the best thing. Like, put it this way. This was cathartic for me. I enjoyed watching Zelensky actually be pushed back on and challenged. But while I was watching it, I was going, oh, the media is going to say that Trump's a Putin guy now, that he's running interference for Putin, he's abandoning our allies, so on and so forth. And sure enough, that's what they did. But also, it's just like, I'm rewatching the John Adams miniseries right now, which, by the way, if you've never watched it, it's incredible. HBO Max. It's one of my favorite miniseries of all time. Paul Giamatti crushes it. Dude, you got Paul Giamatti, Tom Wilkinson is Benjamin Franklin. He's awesome. Oh, nice. How great that Tom Wilkinson has played Lord General Cornwallis and Benjamin Franklin. It's kind of cool. David Morse is George Washington, which is really cool. Laura Linney's great as Abigail Adams. Really great miniseries. But John Adams is all fiery in the lead up to the Declaration of Independence, and he doesn't get his way on a vote, and he thought Benjamin Franklin was on his side, and Benjamin Franklin voted against him on the thing. And Benjamin Franklin's kind of telling him about politics. He's like, look, all you did was made enemies. It wasn't gonna pass with or without you. And all you did was got people pissed at you, you know? And he goes, well, Dr. Franklin, don't you believe in speaking your mind? And he goes, I'm absolutely against it. He goes, speaking your mind is a condition that's led to a lot of the world's suffering. And he goes, St. Thomas of Becket would have lived a full life if he would have just, meaning keep his mouth shut. And he goes, you insulted Mr. Rutledge, and you did so publicly. And John Adams goes, well, would you have me insult him in private? Like, he keeps trying to own Ben Franklin, but Ben Franklin just keeps accepting his premise. He goes, perfectly acceptable to insult someone in private. They may even thank you for it later. But if you insult someone in public, they tend to believe you're serious. And so I watch Trump and J.D. Vance like gang up on Zelensky 2-on-1 publicly. And I'm just kind of like, all right, but now where do we go from here? And I'm trying to parse this as best I can, because I know this is not a popular take. It's an honest one. I mean, you're not getting red meat fucking MAGA bullshit from me. I'm giving you,
I'm just saying, have we looked past the idea of a syphilis diagnosis?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is, this feels good in the moment. Much like contracting syphilis. This feels good in the moment, but I don't want us to end up blind and crazy,
Look, I get that you're plumbing away right now, but there's going to be a bill to pay. I just, like I said, for me, it's, in my opinion, like I said, Zelensky's a puppet. Like there's a power behind the throne. Who knows who that is at this point? But at this point, like, they put that power on notice in the sense that we publicly called out your puppet. So now your puppet has to do stuff or call on you to help them.
Yeah. I want to see this thing end, and I want to see our tax dollars not go to Ukraine anymore. That would be, and this guy is like, here's the other part of it. So I've said my mealy mouthed kind of, here's my reservations about this. Now I'll go with the shit I absolutely love about this. Fuck this guy, his shitty attitude, his entitled Fucking, this isn't a loan. This is a grant. You're giving me this money. Multi-million-dollar homes in the UK. I hate this guy. He's very clearly working for somebody. He's not autonomous. He's not on his own. He's serving another purpose. I don't like Zelensky, and I'm glad that we called him out on him being an ungrateful little shit. I hate it. So this is the exchange between, it starts with J.D. Vance and Zelensky, then goes to Trump.
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you are not
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the president.
I will say this, and I don't mean to defend Zelensky. That's something any country would do if their country was being invaded.
Right.
Like, they would drag people up, and especially Eastern Europeans, they have a history of that. You know, you look at the Soviet Union and all of that. It's just dragging bodies and throwing them at the situation. That's kind of a common thing in that part of the world in war.
We've done the same thing. It's just we always volunteer.
Yeah. We love fighting.
To bring it into this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine that you say what problems we have?
I have been to.
Come once.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President.
It's true.
Do you disagree that you've had problems bringing people into your military?
We have problems.
And do you think that it's respectful
I will answer.
to come to the Oval Office of the United
answer.
States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
A lot of.
I will say this guy should probably be the next president.
Probably.
They should probably he should be the next guy. He does a very good job. Also, and I know this, beating a dead horse here. Can we put a goddamn suit on?
Right.
I'm getting tired of this guy, dressing like he's in warm-ups for a pickup basketball game. I'm getting kind of tired of the Zelensky look. You're in the Oval Office, put on a goddamn tie and dress nice.
Wear one of your expensive suits that I'm sure you own.
Yeah. With the money we've given you, you can buy a nice suit. You don't need to keep dressing like a Ukrainian mobster.
Wouldn't that be funny if they started ripping into him that way instead? Like, as opposed to like, oh, are you sure you're not having military problems? Like, yeah, and why the hell, while we're on the subject, we've given you so much money. Why are you still dressed like a bum? They
did give him shit for that.
Oh, fuck, I need to see this.
Yeah, no, they did give him shit for not wearing a suit. Like, why are you dressed like that? This is great, this dressing down. And I guess my only objection would be you're doing it publicly, so he's going to feel guarded and insulted. But then again, I'm also, the other part of my head is going, Aaron, who gives a fuck what this asshole thinks? We want to stop this war and stop giving him money anyway. So who gives a shit if he, like that? That's what I understand. That's what I like about what J.D. Vance is saying. He's like, look, asshole, we're single-handedly preventing the destruction of your country. How about a little fucking respect?
Right, but they have to call him out like this so that way we can show, like, the people that are for the war in Ukraine. They're like, we have to protect our allies in Ukraine. We have to be like, yeah, dude, not an ally. Have you seen this guy? He's just kind of a puppet.
He's being a dick, and we're keeping his country afloat, and he's sitting here going, you're not doing enough, or you need to come here, you need to do this. It's like, I would like us to talk to this guy in a way that reflects what the actual power dynamic is. I mean, Biden, they rolled out the red carpet for this guy, waved Ukrainian flags along with American flags, which I'm very much against. This is the United States of America. We will fly American flags. We're not going to do that joint American-Ukrainian bullshit. But, watching Biden and them talk to this guy like being deferential towards him, if you're going to be the man in this relationship, then we should act that way. And if you're going to be our subsidiary, we should talk to you like a subsidiary, because the Biden administration let this guy get so big for his britches that he felt like he could come around and just talk shit to everybody, and that's what he's been doing. He's been going, oh, it's not a loan, it's a grant. Oh, if the U.S. doesn't give me $250 billion, I'm going to make Europe give me $250 billion. It's like, no, that we're,
yeah.
You don't hold any cards here, motherfucker.
See, while you said that they shouldn't be addressing him or dressing him down like this in public, you're not sure if that was the right call. you're also simultaneously explaining all the reasons why they're doing that.
No, you're right.
Because otherwise his shtick continues.
Yeah. And did you see, and we'll play it a little later, did you see his advisor?
No.
On the ground. Oh, we'll show that clip later. She was not having a good time.
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it.
Suck my oh my God. That's another thing. I forgot about that part. Yeah, you have two beautiful oceans. You know what? Eat my ass. Like, honestly, $250 billion of our taxpayer dollars that we don't have, that the taxpayers will have to pay back at interest to save your ass, and you're going to sit here and belittle our safety situation? He really is just a little asshole tyrant dickhead. And you're right.
Yeah.
These are all the reasons we should have been yelling at him in public. By the way, did you see the polling on this? That, like, in the last 3 years, it's gone from, like, 8% of Americans like have problems with us funding Ukraine, and now it's gone up to like 45%.
Well, when you start hearing the numbers they've been throwing out for the last 4 years, I'm surprised it's not higher.
No.
In the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless.
You don't
God
know
bless.
that.
You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because
I'm
you're in no
answering on
position
this
to
question.
dictate that.
That's
Remember
exactly what
this.
I'm not
You're
dictating.
in no position to dictate what we're going to feel.
You
We're
will-
going to feel very
you will
good.
feel influenced.
We're going to feel very
I'm
good and
telling
very
you,
strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed
From the
yourself
very-
to be in a
from
very
the
bad
very
position,
beginning
and he
of the
happens
war.
to be right about
From
it.
the very beginning of the war.
You're not
Mr.
in a
Brown,
good position.
I
You don't
was
have
in
the cards right now. With us, you start having
not playing
cards. But
cards.
right now, you
I'm not playing.
In cards.
I wonder if that wasn't like, if he's flailing, or if that wasn't a legit misunderstanding of like metaphorical English.
I personally, and this is again a personal thing, I want to believe he's flailing. He's just relying on his theater background. He's just really, I'm not playing cards.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Maybe, you know what? It would have been funnier if he would have said, "Okay, Mr. Son of a bitch, let's play some cards."
don't.
I'm very
You're playing
serious,
cards.
Mr. President.
You're
I'm
playing
very
cards.
serious.
You're
I'm
gambling
the
with the
president
lives
in
of
war.
millions of people.
You think-
You're gambling with World War III.
What do you think
You're
about?
gambling with
What do you
World
think
War
about?
III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful.
I'll tell you that, yeah. Watching this the second time now and watching him try to talk over the president, your fucking meal ticket, the guy who's giving you all this money, like
The person who you currently are the guest of.
Yeah, and he's trying to talk to you and you keep interrupting and you're not wearing a suit. Like, everything about this guy is just the Biden administration and the rest of the world let him get away with so much shit that now he feels himself to the point where he's in charge of every situation. No, this, you know what? This was necessary. This was a necessary talking down to.
Motherfucker worked himself into a shoot. Time to slap him straight.
Yeah, this guy needed to be taken down a peg or two. That's for sure.
To the country, this country,
I'm-
that's
with
back
all
to
respect
you,
to your
far
country.
more than a lot of people said
very
they
respect.
should have.
Have you said thank you once? This
A lot
entire
of
meeting?
times.
No, in this
Even
entire meeting,
today.
have you said thank
Even
you?
today.
You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for
What-
the United
what
States
are
of
you
America
speaking about?
and the president who's trying to save your country.
That's just it. Like, we're trying to find a peace settlement to this whole thing so that Ukraine isn't fucking blown to smithereens. And this guy just wants to keep having money thrown at him.
Right. All he wants is us to keep delivering the money train.
There's an easy peace settlement that Russia would go for. We will have free and internationally monitored elections in the Donbass. Let the Donbass region determine what they want to do. We'll have international election monitors in there from many different countries, and we'll make sure that that vote is fair as humanly possible. Zelensky won't go for that because the Donbass will vote to either be its own country or join Russia. That's what they want. And they'll lose that chunk of Ukraine. He would rather keep getting money and keeping some of it than find a solution to this problem.
He doesn't believe in elections. That's the other part that's another thing that bothers me with this. We've been supporting him this whole time, and the people of this country are like, oh, support whichever politician you like. In Ukraine, they don't get that choice.
No.
They had a freaking government that they voted for. We ousted it. Somebody put Zelensky in place. I'm not going to say who. And now he's been there this whole time with no elections. I mean, let him vote.
Yeah. The fact that we say we're funding the side of democracy and this guy won't even have elections. And there are some people,
at least Putin has elections. They're crooked as all get out and he kills his competition. But he has elections.
Right. If someone gets over 5%, he just poisons them. But, the elections happen. Coltrane with $1. Yeah, the fact that you have to look at Putin as an example of more democratic than you, that's a problem.
Yep.
Yeah, you could have elections and just kill all your opponents, Zelensky. I mean, you could at least...
You've got the money and the weapons. Hell, we gave them to you.
Yeah, we're like Bill Murray in Ghostbusters 2. We're going like, hey, I fund your military, Aren't you supposed to lie to me and kiss my butt? Right. Have a fake election, for God's sakes. Coltrane with $1 says Zelensky negotiated the terms for weeks ahead of time and then tried to spring extra security guarantees while everyone was watching. It was supposed to just be a ceremonial signing. 191 Redbird with $1 says a bunch of the swamp told Z-Man to cause a problem so they could blame Trump for ruining the peace deal. Which is weird to me because they would have blamed anything that went wrong on Trump no matter what.
Dude, if it went right, they'd blame it on Trump.
Yeah.
That's the worst part of this is at this point, the left has become the boy who cried wolf. So it's like you can scream whatever you want. I'm going to watch this and see what happens. And it's not even like, I believe this is the best choice. I'm like, no, this is just something different than the scripted plan we've got over there. So let's go with this.
Well, his whole thing is he wants Ukraine and NATO. And
Zelensky? Yeah.
Yeah. And me personally, I'd like to end NATO.
Oh, yeah. No, NATO's been breaking its promises left, right, and sideways.
NATO helped cause this war. And
yeah,
to me, NATO's been obsolete for a long time. We don't need it. First of all, we have America. America is NATO, basically. So let's just be America. $2 from 191 Redbird says a bunch of congressional shitbirds had a meeting with him in private before the interview. I wouldn't doubt that a bunch of people got together with him and said, hey, fuck this guy. He's a Putin guy. Let's rattle his cage a little bit. What do you say? I wouldn't doubt that. That puts us 235 away from today's goal. Hey, guys, would be great if we could get to 200 by 8 o'clock. Boy, would I appreciate it. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. The links, obviously, are in the chat. We've had a great last few weeks. 3 perfect weeks in a row. I'd like to keep that going. That starts with a perfect Monday. Get us down that last 35. So we don't end up in the same place we always are. I just want to see it change. And we're doing you're never going to convince me we're not still fucking crushing it quality-wise. So we've earned it so far. That's why I say, like the one guy says, you want us to pay us before the job is done? No. Just hourly. Like any other job.
Just as we go.
Knock it down to 200 and we'll have this thing bang. Like we've been doing a bang up job for you. Get us down to 200. And that means all of you. Click the links and throw in a few. And if you got no money, thumbs up and subscribe for the toe. You should be thumbs upping. 235 is the number. Ollie becoming a member for 22 months. Says it's strange that you're against arming Ukraine, but don't mind Trump hacking away at social services to fund a crypto fund for scam coins. I'm against crypto scam coins. I want him to hack.
This is an interesting one. I need some information on that before I can say, oh, yeah, I'm totally for him doing this. Like, I don't know that this is happening. So
I 1,000% want him to hack away at social services. You're right about that. I don't think he's cut enough, but I want him to take that and balance the stupid ass budget. Crypto scam coins. I hate that stuff. I think that's retarded. I also think if you buy it, it's your fault. Like, I don't think you.
So I just prefer he doesn't buy it with our money.
Yeah. So. No, you're right, Ollie. If he hacks away at social services and funds a crypto scam, that would be bad. I would be against that.
If you're talking about the Trump coins, that's entirely people being stupid enough to buy his coin.
Yeah. But as far as I don't mind him hacking away at social services, no, you're right, I don't mind that at all. Ryan the Garbage Man says Lindsey Graham definitely knew the temperature in the room. He couldn't get up Trump's and fast enough. I don't know what that means. Riding Dirty Llama says, Aaron, did you figure out what is going on with the spring orders? No, I haven't, and it's really pissing me off. Like, I've been looking online. I've been Google searching, like, what the hell is this? And I've been reading a lot of things from a lot of people saying, oh, yeah, I ordered this from this place and this from this place on spring, and it took 2 months to get there. We haven't been paid out by spring. We crossed the threshold a long time ago. February 22nd is the payout date. We haven't been paid out by spring. Multiple people told me spring was the way to go. I'm a little frustrated. And because I just spent a fuckload of money ordering all that VIP shit and mailing it out to people. And now I'm sitting here going, okay,
where's my shit? Where's my money?
I want all these like 9 or 10 VIP people. I want them to confirm they got their stuff, and then I want to let the other VIPs claim a piece of merchandise for the year. How can I fucking do that when I don't know if the shit I'm spending money on is going to where it needs to go? That pissed me off. That frustrated me. Oh, and speaking of VIPs, another lie that the gay boy told is he's like, April had the VIP stuff, but she was helping us so much that she didn't have time to do it. That's a lie. Number one, she wasn't too busy. She was doing a shitload of drugs. And number two, she didn't have any of the shit to send out. Nick's like, she had a box. She had a big box. You know what was full of it? Well, okay, jokes aside. She had a big cardboard box. You know what was in it? Lists of the people she needed to order shit for. She never ordered the shit. We didn't have the shit. I had to get all of it. I had to order it all. She never had it. She gave me back a mostly empty box that had binders in it with people's names and addresses. And she didn't even have a full list of that. So I know, hey, simp Nick, I know that you're simping for a girl who left you that once the drugs were all gone, but you're lying again, buddy, and I'm here to check you on it as usual. I know that upsets you and frustrates you, being held accountable. I know the reason you're being so gay towards me is I'm the only person who's ever told you no, but it ain't hard when you find out what a fucking psycho you are. All right, let's go to the Ukrainian ambassador. This is the woman I was telling you about.
Yeah, the one who was unhappy with Zelensky?
She did not think it went well for their side. Let's go ahead and play this.
But I said to you,
I want a ceasefire.
with guarantees.
Because you get a ceasefire faster than an agreement.
Ask our people about ceasefire.
That about says it all.
She looks ecstatic.
This is the inner monologue of this nose pinch says, this is not going well for us. This was a poor showing. Then you had, we have a 10-minute clip of the entire exchange, but that's quite that's a lot. Here, we do have the clip of him getting shit for not wearing a suit. We do have that clip for you here. This is when the press was allowed to ask questions. By the way, is it just me or is Marco Rubio incredibly tense and uncomfortable?
He's tense and uncomfortable, and he also looks puffy. He's getting like the Carson Daly like mid-body fat thing.
Yeah, I see what you mean. But like, you got to remember, Marco Rubio's kind of more of a deep stater who's been invited into the Trump administration. So this kind of shit makes him uncomfortable.
Second
And
question.
my second question for President Zelensky. Why don't you wear a suit? Why don't you wear a suit? You're the high.
People are laughing at him. He asked that question and people are laughing. I mean,
Why don't you wear a suit? And
literally
everybody's having a good time.
everyone else out of respect is wearing a suit.
Right.
highest level in this country's office, and you refuse to wear a suit. Just want to see if you do you own a suit?
Yeah, you have problems.
A lot of Americans have problems with you not
Really?
respecting.
I don't
the
have
dignity of
such.
this office.
I will wear a costume after this war will finish.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will wear a costume. It's not a costume. It's called formal wear. You're in a
No
formal
offense, homie,
setting.
you're in a costume right now.
Yeah. Super tough war guy costume.
Yes, maybe Wow.
Maybe something like this.
Yours, yes.
That'd be great.
Maybe something better. I don't know. We will see.
You can certainly afford it.
I have enough of your country's money. I can wear a suit if I want to, because you gave me so many dollars.
I buy the suit with the money from last time I stick it in.
I can't. Yes, this suit I buy last time I stick it in you. You remember? Dress him. Dress that man in his suit. I'd like you to wear a suit. You want a cookie? No.
Maybe something cheaper than, yeah. Thank you. Thank you for
Boy, he does not take that shit well at all, does he?
No.
But then
He's
again,
not used to being challenged at all, which is, again, why I was happy that this happened.
I was going to say, he's so used to having his ass kissed that he's not used to taking any kind of criticism. Here you go. Here's the meeting he had before he met with Trump. Let's take a look.
Good morning.
Thank you so much.
So
for
big
being
team.
on. Yeah.
Hello. Very good to see you. How are you?
Oh, shit. It's all the warmongers. It's Klobuchar. It's I saw Grassley over there. Lindsey Graham. All the military-industrial complex crowd meeting with Zelensky, smiling at him. Hey!
You might as well play a fucking money roll sound every time they shake his hand. Just ching, ching, ching.
It's just, oh, hey, you fucked us out of shitloads of money. We're so happy to see you. Ugh.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Little does Zelensky know he's about to have his shit pushed in. This is not going well.
Happy to see you. We know each other. It's not the first meeting, and I'm very proud that Ukraine has such big strategic, even not partner, not only partner, friends like the United States. So we are very thankful for this.
We're here.
Oh, so he thanked them.
Yeah.
He said thank you to
them.
this crowd of people, but not Trump, not J.D. Vance.
Well, they've been working on this whole thing since it began.
God damn, man.
Today as a show of support. We have committee chairs. We have the president.
Yeah. So he met, he was right. He met with all the warmongers beforehand. This is Trump trolls Zelensky. Hey, you asked about the suit thing? We got more suit coverage, more suit game.
Oh, sweet.
Kovac, I don't know if you guys heard that. Did you hear what he said?
No, it came through a little muddled.
He goes, hey, look, you're all dressed up today.
Again, I'm sorry. This is more quick-witted than our last president ever was.
Yeah.
He's all dressed up today. Thank you very much.
You know what? Honestly, he just looks like a stooge.
Yeah, especially since he's standing next to Trump, who, no offense, isn't the tallest, most domineering person in the world, and he kind of looks like a child.
Yeah. Like, he looks like a stooge kind of a guy.
Especially if you watch any of his earlier work before he was in politics.
Right. Oh, like, what was it? Was he the one playing the piano with his dick?
Piano with his dick, and there's just a whole bunch of other really stupid shit.
Yeah. Looks like we're about to fall behind again. Guys, Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. It's a great show today. Hit like, hit subscribe, throw a couple bucks our way. We'd appreciate it. Trucker 18-wheeler with $5 sends us a link. Let's take a look. We've also got Los Federales link that we got to get to. Who the fuck is this guy, man? All right, we'll get to that in a second. Let's do Los Federales sent this a while back. By the way, 230 away from today's goal. Thank you, Trucker 18-wheeler and Los Federales. Please consider throwing a few bucks at us. Honestly, get us under $200. We're good for the hour. Get to 100 by 9. Let's keep our perfect weeks going. We'd appreciate it. You guys are the best. You keep us going. All that good stuff. Let's go. This is a little AI UFC mashup of the Zelensky-Trump confrontation.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having cards. Right now, you don't. You're playing cards. You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the.
Is this all it is? Did they just put UFC stuff around it?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's all it is.
I was kind of thinking they would have like Dana White intervene and he'd like say something, and no, that's just.
Maybe eventually, but
If that's the gag, then this is like a 10-second video would be perfect. Like, it's a fun little gag for like 10 seconds, but 52 seconds. Jesus Christ, guys. It's just, you're just copy pasting at that point. Like, you're just pasting the video over a different backdrop.
Yep.
Okay. Well, like I said, fun bit for 10 seconds. Thank you very much. Thank you, Trucker 18-Wheeler. This is Alexander Dubinski. He made a statement. I guess Trucker 18-Wheeler wants us to check this out. I have no lead into what this is. I have no fucking clue. Just Trucker 18-Wheeler put it up there. Attached $5 to it, so I really do appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
President Trump, my name is Alexander Dubinski, and I'm a member of the Ukrainian parliament.
Okay.
I have been in prison for 14 months. For one reason only, I told the truth about the Biden's corruption in Ukraine.
Oh, shit. Is this guy for real? I got to look this up before we go any further with this. I don't want to get duped. Alexander Dubinski? Alexander Dubinski. Ukrainian politician, journalist, and blogger. Was initially a member of President Zelensky's Servant of the People Party and was elected deputy chair of the Committee on Finance and all that kind of shit. January 20th, an investigation was opened into Dubinski for tax evasion and obtaining property in an illegal manner. He was subsequently expelled from his party. A separate investigation was opened in August of 2023 with him being accused of traveling to Spain for a holiday under false pretenses amidst the war in his country. Dubinski was detained and charged with treason, being accused of operating at the behest of Russian intelligence.
Well, I just got a lot of credence for his story then.
Being accused of operating at the behest of the Russian intelligence when they aligned with efforts by former President Trump's lawyer Rudy Giuliani to tie the Biden's family to corruption in Ukraine. Dubinski has denied the charges against him, describes the attack as politically motivated. The New York Times reported that Dubinski is now a former member of the Ukrainian parliament who has produced videos promoting what he calls a pro-Trump and pro-peace agenda from prison where he is serving time for treason. Okay. So apparently he you could either say that he's fucking around and, being a chicken shit, or that he really is, pro-peace and anti all this other stuff, and he's pro-Trump and he's being punished for it. I don't know.